Mic check, homie. Mic check. Mic check. All right. Today is Sunday the 20th of July. Wow. Going through this year like crazy. I'm about to go on deployment soon. Gonna be able to be on the charts for 6 months. You know, like that's a respectable amount of time. I think we're gonna be able to get a lot of great work done. Um, but just want to hit a quick review on Friday's price action, Friday the 17th. But before I get into the lower time frame, just wanted to look from our left to the right, starting with Monday. This is the 15-minute chart, by the way. So Monday books lower, books higher through the CPI and PPI that happened on Tuesday and Wednesday. As you can see, Tuesday was a lot of back and forth, a lot of huge wicks, a lot of consolidation. Not the nicest price action to trade in. Same with kind of Thursday. Thursday was a lot of consolidation, a big drop in price, and then kind of a lot of consolidation. So not the cleanest days for trading on the CPI and PPI back to back. Usually it's like 1 week or it's like spread out through the week. When it's back to back like that, it's best to kind of either wait after or maybe trade before. Usually after is safer though. So then Thursday kind of just runs with the trend. Books pretty low. Gets all the way down to 29,404 on Friday. And then um, here I'm going to break down into lower time frame here. Get into the nitty and gritty of Friday. So first, right away, you got to mark out your 0830 price. It's right around there. So on the top left hand corner, you'll see 28,674. Boom, and then go back to the midnight open. 28,911. Shit. Okay. So boom, right away, and you saw it was already really like it booked really into a deep discount. So right away we're below 0830 midnight. Let's see. Go into regular trading hours. And boom, we have a big like opening range, a premium opening range gap, meaning that like after uh, the open for the new day was booked lower than the close from the previous day. So as you can see, and actually it's pretty neat. About halfway, or like the consequent encroachment of that is pretty much the same as the midnight open. 1 second. So you can see that like these levels stacked on top of each other create a strong draw. Gonna go back into electronic trading hours. So boom, I really want to take note of this here. So this inversion fair value gap that formed wasn't quite in hold on, let me make it like this. It wasn't quite during the 950 macro, which starts here, but it was pretty close. So you want to see price winding up into the direction that you're aiming for, either like right before or during a macro. Um, it's better if it happens during the macro though, but price cannot always be like super precise. Here you can see it takes the sell stops here at 932 right at the open. takes more sell stops here at 942, then boom, creates an inversion fair value gap, and then creates like a tiny little imbalance here, and 950, um, pretty much at the macro, it just takes off, right? So you can see here, it's also using like these wicks. So you can use these wicks if you miss like the inversion fair value gap entry. You see here, the bodies kind of tell the story here, right? So once it gets above consequent encroachment, it doesn't drop below it. That's what you want to see, that symbolizing like strength, at least for me. And then what is going on today? There's all these random noises. And then on top of that, like you need to locate some type of liquidity in the market, or like in the current market structure. So you have like three relative equal highs there. That's like, you know, or sorry, like four. See, each relative equal high is lower, except for this one. They're pretty close, though. They're pretty close. And then you have more here. So let's see how it's like really smooth. Lots of buy stops. And then it goes up into opening range gap, strikes midnight open, and kind of goes back into the weekly range, and then kind of just simmers out to end the week. But that's what I saw for Friday's price action. That's at least what popped out to me. That's how I read price. That's how I study price. It's pretty much the same thing every time. This Friday in particular, usually Fridays are not very good price action, just because all of the range for the week already kind of occurred Monday through Thursday. But today, as you saw, Monday through Thursday was not like really good price action. So Friday was the day that um, delivered at least kind of the cleanest price action. Um, and yeah, hope that kind of helps break it down. This is what I do, kind of like for every day throughout the week. I'll like go back test my model, break down like kind of what happened. Because you're exposed to the actual charts, the easier it'll be able to the easier you'll be able to recognize like optimal conditions for whatever strategy you choose to employ. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace.